Good evening. Damn, that was a nasty sound.
Was it beep?
It was offensive, yes.
I'm sorry that you're triggered.
And by the way, that was the very first sound of this stream. Obviously, I've been running late, and I apologize, obviously, because I normally send a link out a bit earlier. But we had an issue with one of our fish.
Oh no.
They put some water features in the fish tank, and the pleco, he has barbs, and one of these features has a rope on it, and it got caught on one of his fins, and my brother-in-law and I were just trying to get it off him. In the end, I cut it as near to the fin as I could get, and the rest fell off because, nature. But it was creating drag, it was hurting him, so it had to be done.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, it's been a great day for animals. I've had to bury two dead rats. That was fun.
Bury rats.
Yeah, on the plus side, Skog, another patron on the server, he sent me this. He sent me this modified Nerf gun with Games Workshop stuff all over it, and it's got the word "moist" written on the side. The
I
moist
saw that.
cannon. Yeah, well, I didn't know you had to put batteries in it. I didn't know that. Next time, Skog, please send instructions. I did wonder why there were batteries in the box. I was curious. But at the same time, I've been under the weather, so let's say that's why I couldn't put two and two together.
You've been dumb.
Yeah, and I put it together, and then I found out I couldn't figure out how to get to shoot. Again, lack of instructions.
You just didn't pull the trigger?
No, there's a button underneath it, and that turns the power on to start it. And I pulled the trigger, but it went so fast, I only just caught a glimpse of the dart as it went out the back door. My brother-in-law was helping me do stuff, and I pulled the trigger in front of him. He did not see it. I barely saw it. It was so fast, and yeah, it was. I wish when I'd done that, I had actually gone pew pew. I can't do the voice, but yeah, pew pew pew. It would have been great. You also printed off that Skeptic Clone Judge badge I asked about, and one that also has the word "moist" on it. Judge Moist. So as soon as I can, I'm going to paint those because that's going to be fun. And also keep me occupied while I potter about.
Pitter patter.
Pretty much, yes. So how you been?
It's been a normal week. Nothing exciting. Finished up all the shows, so.
Oh yeah. How are those going?
Those went well. They finished up Saturday, so.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah, so.
It's more exciting than anything here. I'll trade being sick for doing that.
Evening.
Hello,
Evening.
How are you?
Not too bad, you?
I've been under the weather, but otherwise fine.
Evening all.
Oh, turn your volume. I've forgotten to turn your volume up.
Hang on, let me just turn my. Is that any better?
Okay, you do it on your own first.
Yeah, is that any better?
No, now speak.
Okay. Speak.
Yeah, you're much better because I've done it.
Okay.
Yay, control room privilege. Anything good been going on?
Really?
Oh, we're all boring. Under the weather, I couldn't make videos, which is really irritating.
I don't know. It's about as exciting as it gets for me is knitting a trial version of Scott Pilgrim hat he wears in the film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, I guess.
It's only because Ed wants one, but I need to knit one to check that it's going to work first.
Do you have Did you find a pattern for it on like Etsy or something?
Yeah, it's the pattern that the woman who made it for the film. So, but it's using loads of techniques that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, I found out I've got a crochet pattern for those tentacle gloves I told you about.
Yeah.
But I can't. I'm not that skilled with crochet needles or whatever it is you use.
I can't crochet to save my life. I can knit, but I can't crochet.
Yeah, I'm just not old enough yet. I think it's one of those things you just suddenly magically learn to do when you turn 60.
I'm not that old.
No, I never said you were. Just saying I'm not.
I don't know. Well, my nan taught me to knit when I was a kid, so.
Yeah, my great nan did as well. My nan was too busy shouting at everyone. She's still around as well. The bastard. She's like 4'11" or something, and she has one hell of a freaking voice on her for like someone in her early 70s.
I want to be like that when I get old.
I honestly, I reckon I'll probably end up being more like my granddad on my dad's side and just being like, I don't give a fuck about anything.
I'm already a bit like that now, so.
Looking forward to when I can, like, you know, pretend to be all doddery and just, like, barge into queues and stuff. You know, like, you know, shopping centre, you know, when you're, like, you know, you're waiting at the queue and you just sort of barge in front of everybody and just look at them all a bit blankly, like, what?
Yeah. I also want to do that thing that old people do, and someone did it to me earlier today, which really fucked me off. Just stand there, count out all the change slowly, and then just before I finish paying, ask for something else.
Sounds like a very old person thing to do.
Yeah, you just stand there and you pull out old coins, and they tell a story. Like, oh, you want the change? I've got the change somewhere in the bottom of my very deep bag that looks like I've just carried out of a house that I'm moving out of. Allow me to go and get the pennies from other countries, and we'll see which one works for you. Poor Saturday. Okay, I'm getting. Can you hear alerts on my laptop on your end?
I heard myself echoing earlier, but I don't anymore.
Okay. I put an acoustic filter up. That was my fault. A friend of mine, he's getting continuously copyright claimed by the same company for a song he bought and has the rights to use because he bought the song. But they've copyright claimed every single one of his videos because they're trying to get the monetization from it.
Oh, that's a bit cheeky.
They did it for 10 of his videos and he won all of them. Now they've done it to doing like another 60, 70 claims, and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That's ridiculous.
They're abusing copyright for money here. Even though he doesn't really get many views these days because he hasn't been making much content. But at the same time, that's a dick move.
It's the principle of it, though.
So he has. You mean when he bought it? Like he actually has the rights to the song, or
he bought the song, has the rights to use the song because he paid for it. Yeah. And the company, I think it's the same bloody company he bought it from. Oh wow, they actually did. He sent me a picture of all the emails. Fucking hell. I hope he didn't. Oh god, he did the music for my outro, and I'm now slightly concerned that they might notice might claim on mine. That would be concerning.
That'd be kind of bad.
Nah, I don't care enough. It's all good. There's nothing really been interesting happening this week. It's kind of weird.
There's been lots of rumblings about Brexit. I think Philip Hammond and stuff has upset a lot of people, and the whole there's going to be no free movement thing.
The movement issue, certainly people coming into the UK, was one of the main reasons the majority of those that voted Brexit or to leave voted to leave. Yeah. That was the main one. It wasn't like, oh, we're going to put all these millions into the NHS. No, we didn't. We knew that wasn't going to happen.
Oh, anyone who believed that's an idiot.
Exactly. Nobody believed for a second that 12 points whatever billion was going into the NHS. The NHS is a sinkhole. You can put as much as you want into it, but eventually it will still need more. I've been having a lot of debates with people about about education mostly, not because I did just because I want to segue, I don't know why. I did that little Corbyn video, and I've been having arguments with people in the comments about free education at university and stuff. Like that's not the same as education in schools.
No, it isn't.
It's not the same thing. Stop telling me you want it for free. Oh, it works in other countries. Yes, but how does it work? Taxation. No one's going to support that. And also, going to university is a choice. Unless you want to make university compulsory, which would be a really stupid thing to do. Essentially, it would devalue degrees.
University used to be worth something when you could get degrees that would be helpful to the real world.
Yeah. They've been watered down into courses that increase that don't really work.
Yeah, I went to uni, and I got there and I was there a couple of months, and I was like, this isn't going to work for me. But that was in the days of because I'm old, student grants and stuff.
Yeah, I had those as well. I went in 2006, so my tuition fee was lower. But I paid for it myself by working nights, so I don't have a debt. I did get maintenance grants though, which I abused the fuck out of. But at the same time, and I do agree there should be more help for students. Like if they could reinstate maintenance grants, I'd be okay with it. Tuition fees, the problem there was universities were given, there was a limit to how much universities can raise tuition by. And every single university, when they found out what the highest limit was, took it.
Yeah.
And it was like they made that decision to maximize their profits, proving that a university is a business and not an education institute.
Yeah, that's what everything comes down to. How much money can we make?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, they can make a boatload. My old uni at the time I went there was taking in 14,000 students a year. If tuition fee was $9,000 a year, that's a lot of grands.
Yeah,
that's just the tuition part. It's not including any other expenses that they'd milk, which probably wouldn't be much, I guess, if no one has any money left afterwards.
If everybody's poor.
Yeah, there was a system that my universities have where if you were hard up financially, you could get a grant from the Dean of Students office, like a crisis loan, but you wouldn't have to pay it back, which was amazing. And I used to, because I was a cheeky bastard, I would try and claim it as often as I could because I needed beer money. It's like getting a free laptop. Yeah, I'm sure lots of other students did this as well. Oh, I can't pay my rent. Oh, I'm going to the pub.
Yeah, I remember when I went out to uni. One of the guys there, he got his loan, and I think he blew it in a week. Yeah, just literally gone out.
I remember I couldn't get a student account with bank when I first went to uni, so I had to use my old Liquid Gold account with Halifax, like a little book, a checking account, which I've still got to this day. I've had since like 11 years old.
I've still got my account like that as well.
I've still got my book, and I keep trying to tell me to get a card, and I'm like, no, fam, book. Come on, give me a book. And I had to go walk. I didn't know whether I didn't have any money because, well, I hadn't got my loan yet. When I did get my loan, though, it was in a book, and the Halifax, where the university is, you have to get a bus into the city. Sorry. But I didn't know where the city was, and I didn't have money for the bus. I'd literally been living off Cocoa Pops for a week, without milk. And I walked there to find it, and I was like, "How much? I want to withdraw all of it. Like, you can't withdraw $2,000. Okay, can I withdraw like as much as possible and have it in 50s? Like, why do you want that? And like, because Daddy want to make it rain." So I got like 1,200 in 50s, and I had to get one of the 50s in loose change because I was really hungry. So I asked them where Burger King was, and when they gave me all these convoluted directions, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to McDonald's. I saw McDonald's. It was in the shopping center, and it was like upstairs. Okay, fuck it, I'm going there. I'll suffer through McDonald's.
Oh, the hardship.
I know, right? Carrying 1,200 on me, I'm really hard up. Well, I think that's when rent was expensive. I think I had to spend 900 of that on rent for living on campus. So it wasn't like I had much at the time, but I did spend that 300 I had on me pretty quick.
True.
Worth it. I think I bought a guitar, which was nice. Definitely. I got drunk. It was good. There were loads of loans and grants you can get from the university as well, depending on how good your grades were. If you were like a A-star student, you'd get additional bursaries for intelligence.
With us, with New Jersey, if you were like in the top 20% of your class at a high school, you could go to community college for free for 2 years.
Yeah. Well, so you just I didn't know she said really a minute ago, Miss Shade. Yeah, there was one of my housemates, especially, he pointed out because he got straight A stars or A's or whatever it was at A levels, so he got an additional £300 a year. I was in the low income. I got an extra £600 a year, and I was like, "Fuck you! Your grades mean shit. I've still got more money than you. I'm poor, and I got more money."
It just seems to me that that's slightly the wrong way round. You should reward the people that aren't doing as well to give them an incentive to do better.
But I wasn't a complete, I wasn't a massive knob jockey about it. I did at least buy them a case of beer. Because on campus, they had shops, lots of shops and banks. Not Halifax, though, which is just, that's so bad. They had like HSBC and NatWest. Why couldn't they have a Halifax there? It would have saved me an hour and a half walk because I didn't know where I was going. I think I almost left Norwich twice on my adventure. They sold lots of cases of 12 packs of different beers, and they sold so quickly. I think that's just I think it must be a given with Freshers Week. Just go in there and buy a few and then get trashed.
Norwich is quite a student-y place anyway, isn't it?
If you looked at the Brexit results, it was the only area that voted Remain in Norfolk. That made me laugh. I looked at that, and all leave, and then the one little tiny little area, yeah, Student Central.
Yeah, I had an interview at Norwich University actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not where I ended up going, but
I only went there because I applied 2 weeks before term started, and they were the only ones that were willing to accept me on such short notice. Which is fine. It was either that or go to Gloucester, I think. Cheltenham, is that a university? Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
That area. But I decided against it because I didn't want to be near farmers. Felt too much like my childhood.
You grew up on a farm or something?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
In a teeny tiny village called Smallfield.
I have no idea what that is.
Doesn't matter. It's near Gatwick Airport.
I don't know what that is. Like, I'm in the wrong country to be discussing things.
I just don't know why do you even ask? It's a nice area, minus the... I love that the separation between Smallfield and the rest of the civilized world was a dual carriageway. Just this horrible road made all this noise, all these cars on it. Ugh, maddening.
Ugh, people.
Yeah, I know, right? Little tiny village, so much easier to deal with. People around, just go for a walk. Then again, there was also a school there. Ugh.
If I could afford to, I would go and live in the middle of nowhere, away from everyone.
I honestly wouldn't mind that so much these days.
There's a lot of stupid around, so...
Yeah. I lived in a city for a long time, and I didn't mind the commotion, but at the same time, all those people walking into me, and then normally when they hit me, they'd then be the one that sort of got knocked back a bit. You probably should look where you're going, dickhead.
I mean, I lived in Bristol for years, but that doesn't. Well, when I lived there, didn't feel like a big city.
Norwich is quite a small city. By definition, it only qualifies because of the cathedral. Yeah. That's the only reason it qualifies as a city. And it's small. Let's face it.
It's a big church building.
Yeah, it's a massive one. There's a couple, in fact. It has a really cool guild hall as well. And right next to it, a Tesco, which everyone loves, of course. It's not a bad city, to be honest. Just small. Good clubs at night, though. Some weird names.
Have you been to High Wycombe?
No, I have not.
Well, I went to uni at High Wycombe, and one of the biggest features of High Wycombe is the big hill. I mean, seriously big hill coming into High Wycombe. If you're coming in from the M4, and apparently, though I only very vaguely remember this, apparently I went down that hill in a shopping trolley. I don't really remember. I remember maybe I thought, when you have a memory, but you think it's a dream, and I always thought it was a dream. And then a friend of mine said, "Oh, do you remember that time when you went down the hill in the shopping trolley?" And this is a steep hill. This is a very long, dangerous steep hill. I don't know how far I went down it, but apparently I went down it at some speed. And then
oh yeah,
yeah. And the other thing is this hill where it stops, it goes straight onto these two mini roundabouts, and so hitting this roundabout in a shopping trolley at whatever time of the morning is a fairly dangerous thing to do, considering that you go straight into a roundabout. So, I don't know if I believe him, but the fact that I had a vague memory of it before and he describes it means it does come across as it. Anyway, High Wycombe, well, back then sucked, and it's still it's got a little bit better since they built the new shopping centre. But yeah, the university sucks there. BCUC.
The university, the shopping centre, one of the shopping centres in Norwich used to be, I believe, a chocolate factory. That was pretty cool to know. Was it a chocolate factory? It was a factory. I think it was chocolate, in fact. The other one, I swear, goes underground. I think it's a hobbit hole. Because you go in through a side and you go under a road and you go down. The only thing I ever liked in there was the smoothie bar. Although I did find the Disney store and bought a Buzz Lightyear. Wise investment, of course.
Sounds like a dream compared to High Wycombe.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they relocated that shop.
Yeah, High Wycombe when I was there had nothing at all. I mean, it had like one.
Oh, they had a pretty cool cinema in that underground one as well. They had a view, but that was above ground. The highest point, which happened to be road level, so everything's under fucking ground. It actually is, and I'm thinking about it. Jesus Christ, it's a fucking hobbit hole. Yeah, I spent a lot of time. I don't know why either in HMV. I go in there a lot just to grab DVDs or CDs before downloading was cool.
Yeah. I think that was just a student thing, wasn't it? To just spend hours at HMV.
It used to be my Saturday thing. It's just every Saturday I get the train into Reading, and there'd be like 2 HMVs in Reading at the time. It was
before they went bankrupt and had to like shut down most of their shops. Yeah. I had one of their rewards cards. And just before that all happened, I had enough points to get a guitar signed by Lost Prophets. And I was like, yay, looks cool. The nice little Telecaster signed by the band. Not long after they shut down. Oh, the singer's a paedophile, wants to arrange having sex with an infant.
Whoops.
Motherfucker.
Burn this thing now. You're not going to give it.
That's one way to not buy something.
On Twitter, aggressively tweeting at them, you fuckers cost me 2 million HMV points. I know they've gone bankrupt now, but fuck you, but all. Your singer buggers children, and I'm buggered out of a fucking guitar that I could have played.
You just had to go be a pedophile.
Yeah, you just had to go and arrange fucking a 3-month-old. How dare you? How selfish of you? Could you not wait? Off in your head on meth. I don't give a fuck. I couldn't even bring myself to sand the names off the guitar. I was like, nah. This guitar's been tainted for life.
It deserves to be burned.
Yeah.
I did burn it, actually.
Yeah, you couldn't even give it away, even if you did scrub it off, and you just feel like, yeah, here we go.
Exactly.
It's like handing somebody a soiled piece of toilet paper, wouldn't it?
But I couldn't really play it anyway because I'm left-handed, and it was a right-handed Telecaster. But at the same time, it's such a nice guitar. It was so nice, I had to burn it. You selfish
maybe
prick.
this will teach you to do your research next time.
He got arrested, right? And it was like a whole fucking year before we found out what had actually, because he was in custody for a whole year before anything was made public about what he'd actually done.
Because there were loads of rumours flying around, weren't there, about like why he'd been arrested?
Yeah, so basically, after their 4th album, I think they were almost going to break up at that point. They did the 5th album, and most of the band already agreed that would be their last album. And he'd been acting off because he'd been taking meth. And a lot of his actions...
That'll make you act a little different, won't it?
Yeah, well, as if his rotten teeth wasn't enough of a giveaway. Yeah. He started to arrange stuff with a girlfriend. The girlfriend was actually, I believe, an informant. So even though she was arrested and tried, she was tried but set free because she was an informant for what he was doing. So, yeah, but my guitar, I don't care about the potential buggering of children. My guitar. 2 million points. That's a lot of stuff I bought to get that guitar. I should have gone with the status quo one.
Probably should have done, actually.
You just bought a guitar.
Yeah.
That would probably be worth some degree of money now, because Rick Parfitt died, didn't he?
Yeah, I bet that guitar would only play 3 chords as well. Yeah.
I still have a bit of a soft spot for status quo, though.
I was listening to him earlier. Actually, I don't know why. I think I was listening to for some reason I got stuck listening to a Guardians of the Galaxy track thing, and then I put on another mix I found that was recommended on YouTube, and they had Status Quo in it.
It's happy making.
They weren't even that. Oh, I went to one of their concerts, and it was really boring because everyone was sat down in like a concert hall. This is so fucking boring.
Do you ever listen to the Shadows? Oh my god!
Sorry,
the Shadows. You know.
No.
Who is it? Who's the main singer?
Hank Marvin. It was Cliff Richards, guitarist.
Yeah, they're singing. It's just instrumental, but it's just the most mundane, boring stuff. It's so middle of the road. You know, and I a friend of mine, I was growing up. He was an older guy. He's really into it. How he could be into it? It's like they never do a solo. Nothing else. It's all just this down. Go and listen to it. It's the worst thing ever.
The only thing I really hate, and I mentioned it in the recent video, was indie music. That was so popular when I started in 2006. When I started uni, indie music was so popular. Razor Shite, The Kooks. Hell, you could even consider some of the early, maybe some Arctic Monkey stuff, but not all of it.
I like some of the older indie stuff. So, bands like Suede and Primal Scream and stuff like that.
Primal Scream I can get behind. Yeah, I can get behind it. Maximo Park weren't too bad, but you had like Fratellis as well. Oh, Jesus Christ, that music plays every single dance tournament. Fucking burn Chelsea Dagger, burn it. Oh, it does my head in. I hated that. Maccabees as well. They all did this same petulant, really bad vocal style and like dickheads. They had the guitars strapped so high up. Yeah. I don't know why they would look like they were just wanking their chest off. I don't understand it. Why do you need your guitar under your chin?
No, I've never understood that either.
I know some bass players do that, and I don't really care because they're bass players, but I just don't understand why the guitarist has to have it so high, or why there are some bands that piss me off so much. The singer doesn't look outwards at the audience. Instead, he's facing the rest of his band members. Yeah, so I don't want to see your profile. I don't need your profile, dickhead. I don't need to tell you if your bum looks big in this.
I know it's a bit off the subject, but I saw a video earlier which was Slayer on Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just a bit odd. I was not expecting. They're playing Rain and Blood as well. I don't know if you know the song.
Yeah, I know Slayer. It's all good.
The thing is that I've seen shops like New Look and Topshop and that selling Slayer t-shirts.
Yeah, but they're all wearing them ironically. It's like one of the idiots who wear torn Guns N' Roses shirts, and they're like, "Look at me, I look cool. I'm wearing Guns N' Roses."
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
I saw a video of a girl someone wrapped a girl playing with a Nirvana t-shirt, and they were playing something was like Teen Spirit on their phone, and like, "Do you know who that is?" And then she's like, "No." It's like, I was in the gym once. So I said to a guy, "Have you heard of Led Zeppelin?" And he was like, "Who?" I nearly hit him.
Led Zeppelin. Some quality music out there, and they don't know shit.
I must admit, I've been listening to Amon Amarth recently.
Yeah.
I've never given them like a proper chance. But they're quite good. They're much better than a lot of modern metal bands that are around.
You know what I put on earlier? I put on Sum 41 because I was really bored. I felt like a teenager again.
Yeah, that's definitely like a time and place kind of music.
Yeah. Or Newfound Glory, similar style. Mm. I can get behind it. I was bored. It's all good. I honestly I really wanted, because obviously I've been ill and I haven't had the motivation to record. I kind of have it now so I could do something tomorrow. Maybe something better than the piece of shit I put out earlier.
Just try to defend Jeremy Corbyn. So that probably made you feel.
Yeah, I tried. But I think most of the people understood the point, because it was fairly dishonest. But there's a long chain of comment between two people. I did inject myself momentarily to point out I do not support free further education, education, because it's a personal choice and not something that should be funded by the taxpayer. But it continued, and I'm like, no, not happening. Fuck that. But I'm waiting for Christina to finish the Avatar stuff. But she said she'll have me by Wednesday, which would be great because I'll just hop on the Kevin Logan video, which I watched through again today because I was like, I need to start writing something for this. And I sat there, and he's like, and he says right at the beginning, he does this little skit about dragging us back into the ocean. And he talks about how I'm a teal deer light, which I'm okay with. I don't care. And then he talks about how he can't pronounce my name. He thinks my name's fucking stupid. And I'm like, you've done all this research for I'm thinking to myself, you've done all this research for all these videos of mine, and my name has come up on so many streams, but you can't be bothered to hear it. Although I do like the pronunciations. It's quite funny. Although he didn't dawdle as long as he does. Yeah, he does normally when he does this thing. He does their name, and he lifts his head up and shows you all his chins. Looking with me, and I'm like, that's offensive. Why don't I get the extra 3 seconds of looking at your double chins? Don't I deserve more chin exposure? I mean, he doesn't do many without a beard these days. I get at best, I get his chin pubes. Bastard.
Jiggy.
Yeah. Oh dear. Is there anything else been interesting happening this week?
I did see something about there's a Turkish woman who wants to open a liberal mosque in London. She's opened one in Berlin, I think it was, and she's received death threats and all sorts.
Probably most likely from conservative Muslims. I'd assume not.
From practically all Muslims, I think, because people haven't been showing up to the one in Berlin, and she wants to open one in London.
So she thinks that she'll get a better response or something.
Oh, I don't know, but from reading about her, she thinks that feminism and Islam go hand in hand, and it's just wrong in so many ways.
I just want to really quickly trigger the chat because the Goo Goo Dolls has come up. Fuck the Goo Goo Dolls.
But they had that
they
one.
Can suck my balls.
They had one good song.
Quote by Steel Panther. Yeah, everyone knows him for Iris.
Yeah, but
it's like a one-hit wonder, like Chesney Hawk, the one and only.
Yeah, but oddly enough, who was it? Ronan Keating did a cover of Iris as well, which is really, really bad. So that shows how kind of middle of the road it is. As an ex-boy band member, will release a cover of it.
Oh, it's so bad. Oh dear. Fuck the Goo Goo Dolls. I can't deal with their existence.
Triggered.
Yeah, I know, right? You were about to say something. What were you going to say?
Who, me?
Yeah, a minute ago before a new subject topic came up for a moment.
I can't remember.
Oh, it's so useful. I've been looking. I was looking at the recommended thing. You guys, some of you, mostly Andrew, post links on the recommend. Actually, it's all Andrew. Fucking hell.
Because I find stupid shit and then I post it to all the Discords that I'm a part of.
Yeah, I see this. Oh yeah. This is the one I was looking. I want to go through them all at some point soon. Actually,
the mom used breast milk in school to bake brownies.
I know. I'll go with this one first, shall I? I was going to go through them when I got my new Avatar stuff sorted out. This one piqued my interest immediately. I think we did speak about it, touch on it briefly.
Which one?
Screen share, present to everyone. There we go. Yeah, college official drop algebra requirement because minority.
Yeah, I think we were in chat one day. Maybe I can't remember.
And go figure, it'd be in California. Fucking hell! How much do you have to pander? How much do you want
they're
minorities'
also
approval?
They're trying to secede again.
Thing, though. California.
There's another petition going around to try and have California secede. They're not going to do very well.
Oh, I don't care if they secede or not, because it's funny, it's hilarious. They're dependent on water and a whole host of other things. If they do, they're fucked because they're gonna have to buy stuff from America.
Right. No,
America. But this is hilarious because California isn't even like a white majority state.
Yeah.
So if you're dropping it because what? The rather large Latina community can't do shit? Or is it because the rather large black community can't do shit? Because we know the Asian community are on it. Yeah, their parents have pretty much drilled math into their skulls. It's in their genetics.
Are these the same kind of colleges that are pushing for people to do coding? You know, for applications and stuff. And how can you do that without algebra?
Well,
Do you remember when you were younger? Everyone would say, "Oh, when are we ever going to use this? When are we ever going to use a quadratic equation when I'm out in the real world flipping burgers?" I just remember all those people saying that, and I was like, for me, when I was a younger person, I would say that it was more showing your ability to solve a problem. If you didn't use the equation, it's fine. But you showed a natural aptitude towards solving a problem.
Yeah, it's logic and problem solving, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the only thing that annoyed me with banks.
Being able to show that you can think.
Yeah, and whenever I've got friends who got degrees in like maths or economics, maths mostly. Let's go with those people. But when they went to apply for jobs in banks, they couldn't get the jobs in banks, even though they had the necessary skills to do it, because the banks would rather hire people with humanities degrees, which made no sense to me. If anything, that probably explains the economic crash more in 2008 than anything else.
Because there's a bunch of gender studies majors.
Hashtag meritocracy. I just this kind of nonsense. See, they want to do this because they don't want anyone to actually understand at all because reasons.
People are dumb fucks.
Let's see, what's it say? Rate in the community college system, 40% for an associate's degree, and then asked if ditching algebra wasn't just the easy. It is the easy way out. See, somewhere along the lines, since 1952, decided the only measure of a student's ability to reason or to do so, a quantitative measure, is algebra. Fuck off. What we're saying is if we want as rigorous as possible to determine a student's ability to succeed, but it should be relevant to their course of study, well then, might I suggest ditching certain subjects that, don't give people shit in the real world. Or at least them becoming
it'd be
some
nice
kind of...
for me to not have to take, like, humanities courses for my engineering degree. But no.
Yeah, that makes no sense. It's not relevant.
But you need to be a well-rounded student.
Reader. I know people who took... I know people who took additional modules because they had extra credits, and I was like, well, okay, it's fine. And one took... Oh, what did she do? She took a history module in witchcraft. I was like, why? she's doing biochemistry. Like, why? She's like, because I want to be a Wiccan. Oh, really? In that case, I want to put you on a chair and dump you in the lake. See how that works out for you. Just tell me about our students. There's nothing really useful in this at the moment. Rates of failure in algebra are higher for minority groups than they are for white students. Why do you think this is? Do you think a different curriculum would have less disparate results? We've seen the data from many pilots across the country that are using alternative math pathways that are just as rigorous as an algebra course. We've seen much greater success for students because many of these students can relate to different kinds of math depending on which program they're studying in. He's not even asking the question.
Different kinds of math. You kind of need algebra if you're going to understand anything fucking higher than that. Like,
algebra is one of the most important parts of mathematics.
Right, you can't do geometry without algebra. You can't do calculus without it. You can't do pre-calc without algebra. Like, you can't do shit without algebra.
Fucking Ortiz, yeah. Okay.
Like, these are the...
I'm not even answering the question.
Did I share the thing about my university getting, or my former university, getting grants for their engineering thing to do diversity shit?
You mentioned it to me before. Didn't you put some pictures in Discord?
Yeah, I don't know if I
don't want to share those, to be honest, because I think they had names on.
Yeah. Let me see if I could find that, because I saved the link. Okay, yeah, there's the link.
It's disturbing. There's a link. Okay.
Yeah, there's an article that goes along with it, because there's 3 programs that they're funding.
I really wish that people would stop fucking with this. So hang on, I'll screen share this. So what's the purpose of this?
There's like 3 different programs that they're funding at the engineering college to do some diversity shit.
I don't.
Like, and this is being funded by the NSF, which is government. So we are spending taxpayer money on this fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it's a waste of money, really. Okay, so 3 programs at Rowan University with goals to promote diversity and equality for underrepresented races and sexualities on our campus recently have been awarded grants by the National Science Foundation to aid those efforts.
Sorry, did you say nationalities and sexualities?
Yes, because there's more than 2, apparently.
What? How does that affect you?
Right.
Races and underrepresented races and sexualities.
So, it's underrepresented. Okay, so women are underrepresented in STEM because guess what? Women, on average, don't like STEM shit. It's proven and at a biological level. Babies.
You can't force people to study what they don't want to study. That's why stuff like this.
Yeah, no, the US is one of the most
You're wrong.
countries. So, like, people can study whatever the fuck
condition them though with brain like manipulation,
right?
Electroshock therapy to make them all straight as well. Because Mike Pence. I think it will solve all
so
those
much
problems.
money is being wasted.
Under the largest grant ever awarded to a Rowan professor by the National Science Foundation, $1.92 million. Some dickhead will head a team conducting research and implementing strategies to improve diversity in the high-demand field of engineering. According to this is your department, right?
Well, it's engineering. I think she's a civvy, so not my department exactly, but the engineering school.
It sounds like I think it was in Canada. There was some proof that there isn't really certain types of sexism on campuses. But because of the gender studies professors doing research, they had to then make up some nonsense to make it seem like there was still sexism to give their jobs a purpose.
Oh, yeah.
This just sounds like that. It's like, oh, we need to find a way to get girls interested in tinkering with cars and shit. Because girls just don't want to.
I mean, I used to work for a mechanical engineering company, and all the engineers you could tell they were a certain type of person. I think you have to, your brain has to work a certain way to be able to get your head around it. And they were all guys. I was one of the few women in the office because I was just doing like the filing of the CAD drawings and stuff.
Yeah. Whereas
they've tried explaining it to me, and I was like, I don't get it. Don't bother.
I don't ever remember there being many places where I grew up where like there were any girls at any engineer's place. It's not a shot at girls. It's just most just didn't. I know that it was a different time, maybe a little different, but I just don't remember any girls being interested. No. And it's the same with science. When I started my degree, there were 200 people on the course. When I left, there were about 20. Either because some had given up because they're pussies, because some had failed because they're not worthy, and then there were others who switched degrees. But of those 20, in chemistry, there were only about 7 girls. It's still out of 20 or 25 maybe. That's not bad, but nobody really cared about the gender. It was like a case of who was the best at it.
Right.
I think it was actually a girl that got the top grade anyway.
Yeah.
I think I came 3rd in my class. I don't remember. I should probably find out just so I can rub it in the other faces. I'll know. Don't worry.
Them trying to do all this shit is just like, we live in a free society. Women are not being told that they can't do STEM.
The only way you're going to get equal numbers is if you deprive guys of opportunity in place. Because
that's what I'm afraid that they're going to be moving to. I'm afraid that they're going to move towards more affirmative action shit.
Yeah, that would actually be discrimination, not reverse discrimination. I think that the real worry. It is. I think my real worry would be if they went down the path of, we must teach these girls when they're young. So what, conditioning? You want to condition them this shit? That sounds like brainwashing. If you want to do that, why don't you just tell them God's real as well and take them to a religious camp? I can't see a problem with that. They all need Jesus in their hearts and priests in their mouths.
Yeah. North Korea launched another missile.
Yeah, but they're nowhere near me, so I don't give a shit.
Yeah. The people are flipping the fuck out that it could hit the mainland US, and I'm like, no, it can't.
If Kim Jong Un actually tried that, his entire country would be irradiated within, I don't know, 10 minutes. It would just be absolutely annihilated.
The biggest threat in that part of with that whole thing is all of the artillery that North Korea has pointed at, what's it called, South Korea. It's like they'd be able to do a fuck ton more damage with just firing artillery rounds that they can't destroy, because unlike Israel, they don't have the Iron Dome thing set up, so they can't really intercept any artillery shells. And yeah, it would just be bad.
If they attack South Korea, then America goes to war.
There'll be a lot of loss. There'll be loss of lives on the South Korea part, but it would just not end well for Mr. Moon.
It would end bad for North Korea. South Korea would lose some people, quite a lot of people.
Yeah,
but North Korea will lose all the people. And then we'll just call it Korea and give it to South Korea. So South Korea that gets to be just one massive country, just called South Korea, no North Korea anymore.
Or maybe just.
Although keep the hotel in the middle, because that looks cool. What were you saying?
I'm just saying, just call it Korea, maybe. Crazy as it might sound.
Yeah, maybe. Let's just call it all South Korea. Fuck it. We'll just create a tiny little island above Russia, right? And we'll call that North Korea. And we'll just put Kim Jong-un there. Well done. You've done your ancestors proud. Now we'll just wait 55 years for the radiation to die down in your former country.
I mean, if we go to nuclear war, I mean, at least the temperature on Earth will get cooler. When we solve global warming.
But North Korea had no carbon footprint.
Well, if they go to a nuclear war, they won't have any footprint.
There'll be no feet. They've all melted away.
Will they just be guys with those black shadows? Yeah, like scorched into buildings and things.
Oh yeah, no, it'd be like Red Dwarf, the first episode. Everyone just turned to dust.
Little piles of dust everywhere.
And one dickhead's walking around sticking dust in his mouth. By the way, I to this day don't know why Lister was walking around the ship taking handfuls of ashes, not knowing obviously it was ashes from millions of years, and eating it. Did he think it to a sherbet lemon or something?
It's not explained in the books either.
Maybe I'll tweet to him, like, Craig, seriously, dude, why did you eat the sherbet?
Why?
What is wrong with you? I don't know.
Maybe after the first taste, you'd be like, well, this is clearly ash.
Well, it's been millions of years. So, I mean, ash has gone to ash. It's probably turned to something a little bit more flowery. For him, actually, maybe based on the way it looked, I reckon it was cocaine.
And that's probably very plausible.
Between takes, he was like rubbing his fingers along his teeth. He was like, that's good shit. I need more. Yes. I quite like
all
show.
The things.
Oh dear. It's good stuff as well. It was made a big deal out of like how many poppadoms the ship had left or something.
Did you find any of the other articles I shared mildly interesting?
Oh, I do, but I don't want to touch them until I make videos on them because some of them are really cool.
Video worthy.
Well, all of them are, to be honest.
It's a lot of stupid shit.
Okay, so I'm not sure I'll do a video on the mum revealing she used breast milk in school bake sale brownies.
You want to look at that now then?
I don't know what to say to that one. There
was a cafe in London somewhere that was serving breast milk ice cream as well. Oh, I think it was.
No, you know that.
I'd tap that.
It was called Gaga or something.
You know that you can get like vaginal yogurt, maybe vaginal yeast and whatever. You know, you make an ice cream sandwich. You know, get some vaginal bread and get some.
People actually buy that shit. Ew.
Ew.
Hey.
I don't think she
It's
told.
already been ascertained that somebody will eat the ice cream. So why not have some vaginal yeast bread?
Because some people are dumb shits.
Vaginal
I
yogurt
guess.
as well. Vaginal yeast beer.
Oh, that just sounds wrong.
Yeah, it's an understatement.
This tastes like used cunt. My favorite flavored beer. Yuck. Big on beer at the best of times, but yeah, no, definitely not. I do. Okay, so I think we did speak about
wrong with people.
that was, I don't know. I do remember talking about this. I didn't have time to run to the store, and I didn't think it was a big. Some of the kids could use the nutrition. Let's be honest, and it wasn't even that much. I just like the idea, right? That she was either stood there, squirting it into the mixture.
Well, no,
right?
There's pumps. She might, if she's a working mom, she might have a pump or something.
Let's go with what I'm thinking. She's holding her tits, and
like milking herself like a cow.
Yeah, just working it and getting the consist just right for that mixture. And she's got someone else there with the old mixer. Yeah, needs a bit more, and he's gone to the other tit and just starts squeezing. I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah,
I think if she told them that, they might have not been as offended.
If you replace
except for the fact that she didn't tell anybody the brownies were like, if she should be like that, like that's a health risk. Jesus fucking Christ, because like breast milk can transmit shit, good and bad. Mostly we care about the bad part. It's a bodily fluid.
I'll be honest.
You know how you're not supposed to like touch blood before you give blood and stuff?
I'd probably still go on.
Imagine if it was, it said instead of milk, it was jizz.
Okay, so therein lies the problem. Now I know I've talked about this before, because the Red Hill McDonald's once got shut down for a while because a guy was jizzing in the burgers. I now know I've spoken about this before.
Just like you told your mate Dave, this is a really good burger.
What's the secret?
It reminds me of Van Wilder's house party where he gets his dog, his gigantic ball sacks. I mean, sorry, a monstrous bulldog with balls dragging on the floor, and he jacks his dog off and puts it in the cream cakes he gives to the football team that piss him off. And one guy, oh god, one guy's savoring the taste, and you're watching the goo go everywhere. And this guy's like, "Oh, this tastes so good," and then they find out, and the guy's like, lick slips. This could be tricky.
Salty.
Stuff like that just makes me feel a bit ill.
The dog afterwards, his balls went from being bowling ball size to regular size. Cum jokes are funny, okay? I think they're funny. I'm unashamed on that one. I reckon people would. I reckon if she hadn't told anyone, nobody would have. People would still be like, "Oh my god, this is the best recipe ever. You should make more," and she'd probably make more.
I think it's why she admitted it.
That's what I was going to say.
Anyone ever had to know? Do we know? What do you think the reaction was going to be? That's a great idea. Oh, well done. Thank you.
Clearly,
up with that, bitch.
Clearly desperate for the approval. Come on, tell me my knocker milk tasted good. Tell me my juices satisfied your fudge need. It worked. It doesn't sound the same if you replace that with cum. I don't know if fudge and cum go together. Just saying. If someone wants to try it, Bones do so. I see Laura's in the chat. Laura, go try it. Go get some fudge and cum and try it and tell us what it's done good. You're a Geordie.
Well, technically, shouldn't it be caramel? Because like salted caramel is all the rage.
Hey, You got a point there. Or go and get some cream cakes and come and tell us if that works as well. Because the Van Wilder thing, not dog cum though. Actually, that's something I just thought about. That was supposed to be dog cum, and the guy eating and enjoyed it was enjoying dog cum. Dog. He was. It wasn't human. I'm not an expert on cum, but are these supposed to taste the same? I guess the only answer.
No idea.
Yeah, the only person that can answer that is someone who's into bestiality, I guess. Gotta love sucking on that chapstick.
The answer would be on the internet somewhere.
An answer I will not go searching for.
That's probably a wise
no doubt
idea.
somebody's
So you don't want any surgery.
I'm sure someone's going to tweet it at me. Oh dear.
Oh my God,
that will never be in my search. No, it won't be my search history ever. I'm not like this. I'm better.
No, you're not.
Yeah, we're pretty depraved. Oh dear. Ugh. No. What else? Let me see. Many topics. I'm not covering that. Fuck off. I did want to where was it? The due process topic that you linked a few things on. I do want to cover that video because
fire one. The one where the students are forming clubs to basically inform other students about their due process rights and where they can actually help the students. Yeah.
Yeah. So because of the Paul Nungessa thing, I do want, if I pronounce that wrong, I don't care. I do want to do something on that because a lot of comments I got on the Solkowitz video centered around how come he hasn't sued her, or why have Columbia not revoked her thesis, her
degree.
Well,
universities should have revoked a lot of degrees. Cough, cough. What's her face? The math person.
The
Farron,
Hawaiian woman.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Is it Pippa Fallon?
Yeah, or Pipper.
Pippa Harron? Pippa Fallon?
I think her first name is Pipper. I don't remember the last name.
Yeah. It's only a 1P. I'll find out. It won't take me a second.
We really don't care about her feelings if we say her name wrong.
Yeah, I can get behind that because her work. Oh, it's Pippa Harron, by the way.
Okay.
Piper, whatever, doesn't matter. Her work was terrible. Solkowitz's was a performance piece that was entirely built on a lie. So what is she really doing, and why are they still endorsing this? And fucking Harron's, I've read hers through. I've read her thesis. It is
how many brain cells did you lose?
Oh, I didn't lose any. I didn't lose any, but I didn't gain anything. It was young language that didn't belong. It was very unprofessional. There were grammar errors all over it. I'm not even a grammar Nazi, but I noticed them. It wasn't a very good thesis. I did consider doing a video on it, but I was like, I'd have to read this all out. I can't do it. It's just so much. I've got
Would
it
it be
my
better or worse
still.
than Blackinality?
Well, no, that's a tough one. I just can't. I can't get behind any educational institute that approves something so
retarded.
Well, yeah, basically, it may as well be because it doesn't. Oh no, actually, it's an insult to retards. This is so bad. It's
one way to look at it, yeah.
Levels. It lacks anything that you're meant to be. When you read a thesis, you're meant to get something out of it. But all I know for certain when I read it was, holy shit, someone is really thick.
Holy shit, somebody approved this.
Someone rubber stamped this and was like, well, that's my racial quota. Time to go for a drink. I bet they didn't even read it. Oh, this is peer-reviewed by 3 of the most guilty-looking white guys. I bet all 3 of them, right, look like that bearded fuck who hangs out with Ghazi Kodzo. The one running for mayor who thinks that he's going to be elected on a platform of people need reparations.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that Facebook page where people who have white guilt can give money or whatever to black people. don't know if you saw that. There's a Facebook page that exists.
If someone says to me that I owe them reparations, I'm just going to say no.
No, I didn't personally do anything. I can't be held for my ancestors' actions.
Yeah. Oh no, but there were white people back then that did this shit and tried to
I guess my blacks sold other blacks to Muslim slave traders as well as European slave traders.
Slavery
blacks
of all
bad to
races has
people.
happened. There's been slavery in every single race on the planet. There's no denying it.
Right.
And
I
think
for the Romans had
on about
slaves.
needing reparations, you can all get fucked. Go earn your money rather than expect to be given money. Because chances are, even if you were given money, you'd go out and spend it, and then come back and be like, "I need more."
Right. Like.
What do you actually get out of it? Some money for an act that wasn't committed on you. That was truly heinous. I agree, but at the same time, wasn't committed on you.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you money. Go get a job as a burger flipper. Or do you have to earn that by getting extra stars in McDonald's? I know you get different stars added to your little badge as you learn to serve more and more things. You're becoming skilled. Sounds like bullshit to me.
It's an effective way to avoid people giving promotions. I had that at TGI Fridays. You know, just give you a badge every time we do something good.
When I worked in a co-op, they initially I wore a white shirt, and then they wanted me to wear one of their plaid gay shirts, and they tried to fob it off as a promotion. I was like, if I want to wear this, I'm also going to want to be cutting down trees. This looks ridiculous. So I just burnt it and told them I lost it, and carried on wearing a white shirt because it looked neater.
Thing is, I mean, gold stars never really, end in life. I mean, my job at the moment, I have to do certifications to get like a PDF certification at the end of it. It's basically a gold star. Well done. Won't get any more.
They do that they do it in a bank in Halifax, right? I asked one of the employees why she has these badges on her jacket, and she's such a grumpy little midget. And she explained it was for years of service. Like, that's not something you want to be wearing because that tells me you've done 25 years service, and your face definitely tells me that before I even look at the badges. You don't need the badges for them. They have them in other places as well for not just years served in prison. I mean, for a bank, but also for other retailers have this for different things you're allowed to do, or you're qualified to do. This one's got 1 extra star. It can operate the till. That's rocket science.
I think it's even sadder when people have only got their long service badge.
Yeah, but that also tells me that they didn't really do much. They didn't pay attention to the rules. They didn't not just the fact they didn't stand out.
Rebels.
What, you've been working there 30 years and you're still cleaning tables.
Occasionally you turned up late. You're a rebel. You imagine that you've worked somewhere for like 35 years. You're going to retire soon, and all you've got to show for it are 3 poxy badges. What are they for? Time served. You know, you'd be better off in prison because you wouldn't need a badge for that. You'd have tattoos at least, and many anal explorations. And you might have HIV if you're lucky. Real badge of honor. In prison, anyway.
That would be a really crap badge to get at work. HIV.
Congratulations. You've got HIV. Just put that on your collar there next to your other ones, yes.
Just be careful of the pin.
Next to your most times anally raped badge.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a cock and balls
pin.
If
there's one with balls on it, it's going to be the I ate the cream cake. I ate the cream cake and liked it.
I've heard, in China they've got that social media app, which everybody has to be on. Well, pretty much, and you get a score, and Yeah, and it's for everything now. It's a scary kind of totalitarian kind of thing where you can pay for things. You pay, and you get an actual social credit score.
What, like that episode of Black Mirror?
Yeah, it's a real thing. They got it. It's like me. I can't remember the name of it, but it's you can. It's a bit like you said, Black Mirror, where you if people you get voted on. It's a bit like Uber. You know Uber that you when you vote rate your driver, they rate you back as a passenger. I'm like, how does that work? And that's actually put me well off using Uber now. But imagine that, you could actually, if it came to UK or the rest of the world, where your credit score, your job status could be based on other people's opinion of you. So if you're a right cunt, you're screwed.
I would love that.
I know the kind of person I am, and I would just go and downvote people I don't like.
I really want that on my social media score. I just want people to see next to it, colossal twat. Because I've gotten Ubers, and I'm kicking them in the back of the chair all the time. I've never used Uber, but I think that's what I'll do. If you're going to rate me, I'm going to make sure it's a down.
That's it. I've got like 4 stars. I don't know, and all I ever do is I get in the car, I get driven somewhere, and then get out. What? Because I didn't interact or something, I get like downvoted a bit. Fuck off.
I thought those drivers were responsibility.
Not everyone wants a conversation with a taxi driver.
I actually got a taxi on Friday evening because I was a bit under the weather and I couldn't be bothered to walk back. So I got this taxi, and the guy pulled up. He looked like a proper thug as well. Not a single word was exchanged between us in that 10-minute journey. Not a word. I gave him the money, got out, fucked off. I did consider saying thank you, but at the same time, he'd pulled away before I'd actually managed to say it.
Wow.
You just don't need to talk. I'm not there to start conversation. I'm there to get a lift.
I always end up with the uber talkative taxi drivers.
I would talk to them,
shut
but
up.
I don't want. Yeah, exactly. I just don't. I don't use taxis very often. I'm ill or hurt, which isn't very often. Otherwise, I'll walk because I can. I don't really care about taxi drivers. We have a lot of taxi drivers around here. It's really weird. We're a tiny town, and we've got loads of the bastards. Although I might get a taxi tomorrow just so I can pull up with the Nerf gun, so I can drive past people and shoot them. Do a drive-by. I'm up for that. Spare dart. Just gonna load up and just start shooting everyone.
So Cthulhu-Kin goes on rampage.
Yeah. I might find a hooker or two, kill them, get my money, or get their money because I haven't fucked them. That sounds like fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff like that should be much more acceptable in real life, like firing Nerf guns at passers-by.
It was back in Norwich. I remember watching people chase each other down the middle of the high street, down St. Stephen's Street with Nerf guns, shouting, "Get the fuck out of my way, you fucking pedestrian fucks! I need to kill that stupid twat." I've never said that once, I promise. It's much easier just to sort of just find another way to kill them. It's easier. Yeah. Anyway, is there anything else we should talk about, or should I end this?
I don't know if I shared it, but there was another Title IX lawsuit.
I'll look at that later. Fucking hell.
Another one. Woo!
What's Title IX again?
The thing that fucks over college students.
That could be many things.
The thing that addresses it's evolved to address the whole campus rape epidemic. Heavy quotes there.
It's no person in the US on the basis of sex will be excluded from participation in or be denied the benefits of or subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance.
And that was expanded in 2011 thanks to Obama's administration to basically be that campuses had to take an active part in doing stuff with sexual assault, addressing it.
Yeah.
Oh, so they have like these
They're kangaroo courts.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, kangaroo courts. God damn it! And it's always where the
Right. The
guilty.
thing is that these colleges have policies that are sometimes somewhat fair. I don't agree with a lot of them because they don't allow you to have a lawyer to speak for you. The most that if you brought a lawyer to a hearing, the most that they could do is just whisper in your ear. They can't actually speak for you. But schools have just been breaking their own policies left and right. And I'm like, what's the point of having these policies if you're not going to follow them? Why are campuses investigating sexual assault? We have police that are trained to do it.
It's crazy.
And no, not every police officer judges a female on what she's wearing, because sometimes they ask what you were wearing so that they can find you in CCTV footage.
Not just that, but it's all a part of setting the scene. It really is.
Right, cops are not fucking victims advocates. Cops are supposed to fucking investigate the crimes, not
yeah.
Supposed. Yeah, it's no. There's victims
If they're anything
advocates.
like
They
the
can
ones
do
in
that.
Tennessee, they get an 18-year-old guy and they just taser him until their batteries run out. Because, and I quote, "We can." That was a rather amusing video I saw on a website earlier.
Huh.
Obviously, bad that they did it because they were tasering him nonstop in every area they could think of. I was surprised they didn't whip his dick out and taser that. Wonder how much that would hurt.
Probably quite a bit.
Quite a lot.
It's not my dick. It's not my dick being tasered, so I don't care.
You realise when we're talking about the barbed ones, the ones that are going to shoot out and punch you.
No. These guys are using the rods.
So I can guarantee that the piercing.
Yeah, I think that would be the first thing you feel.
That saved a pretty penny, and at least with that electrical current going through those piercings, at least somewhat sterile.
I'm glad I'm not going to get an infection.
Hey, when that guy's got his little Prince Albert piercing going on, the only thing he needs to worry about is attracting magnets.
They don't attract magnets.
Oh, he's okay then.
Does he attract traps?
Now we need to work out whether or not traps are gay and attracted to dick piercings. Someone tweet that to Total Biscuit. And expect to be blocked. Because he's a pussy.
Is he really, though?
Well, yeah. Come on. Someone asks him if traps are gay and he gets them kicked out of an event.
Yeah.
I think we're done here tonight, I think.
Yeah. Have to go bowling.
Okay.
Well, good evening, y'all.
You too.
Okay. I think I'm going to end this then. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.